Hello friends, and welcome to Jessica's RV Living. Today I'm cleaning out my black tank, so I was going to show you the processes I go through as an RV liver at a stationary site. It's winter time, December 31st, and I have heated tanks. Today is a very nice 50 some odd degrees. Did not get down below freezing last night, and it won't be below freezing tonight. And I know that all of my stuff is very thawed out from our over Christmas 2022 deep freeze that hit all of the US. One of the first things that I do is I hook this is just my garden hose that I leave out and about, and this is hooked up to my sewer flusher. Whenever you turn this on, you want to make sure you very quickly have your black tank either already open or you open it. So you're really not supposed to have that on unless you have your black tank open. I have 3 different tank valves. That is my bath tank or my bathroom gray water tank, my black tank hooked up to the toilet, and then down under my wheel well over here there is another valve right there, and that one is the gray tank for the kitchen. Wait on the gray tanks, those are done last. What I'm going to do is turn on my water for my water flusher just so it can start to get things moving. Then I'm going to come and I'm going to pull that black tank open so that the black tank will be coming down here. Now, one of my tanks, and I knew this from purchasing it, one of the tanks slightly leaks, the valve does. So there's also a main valve on this particular rig that it stays open all the time. My gray tanks stay open all the time, even though a lot of people are very against that. I close them right before I know that I'm going to change my black water tank. Right after I know that I'm going to be flushing that soon, I will close both of my gray tanks so they can fill just slightly from me washing dishes and taking a shower. And that way, after I release my black tank, then the gray water tanks can just flush the system out. So that is one thing that I do. So all of my gray water tanks are closed right now. That's because I closed them yesterday, had shower and washed dishes and stuff after I closed those, so those tanks have some water in it to flush my system. I'm going to turn my water on, and then I'm going to come over here and immediately open my black water tank for it to flush. I will then keep all of that going for a minute while it flushes that out, and I will then close off the black water tank to open the gray water tanks and let them flush. My tank flusher is on. And now I just opened my black tank, and you can definitely hear that a-going. Let that run for a minute, and then I will come back in. I will close my black tank. I'll let that water continue to run in there just for a minute or two, just to kind of add a little water to the black tank so it's not sitting completely dry. Sometimes I will add a black tank, dissolve some of the particles in there. I don't do that every time. I do have some that occasionally I will put it in there just to kind of dissolve any of the solids that may be in there. It's sounding like it's about done. But then I will close it back up after it has a little bit of water in there. I will then turn off the hose. I will pull both of my gray tanks to flush. So I closed off my black tank. I turned off my hose after I let it run for just a couple of minutes to add just a bit of water back to the tank. And now I'm going to open both of my gray tanks to allow them to flush down the system. So this is the one for my shower. And I got the one for my kitchen. Now I can disconnect my garden hose that I use to flush my septic. One thing that is not super awesome about where I'm currently stationarily sat is that the well here that I do not drink water from has a lot of minerals and grime in it. And so this is the grime that is from the hose, nothing to do with the black tank, completely from the hose of where I'm at. And I do have to clean out the filter on my actual freshwater hose. It's really, really grimy. The amount of sediment that comes out of that hose is absolutely ridiculous. But again, I do have an indoor, I have an in rig filter for that water. It's not my space, and I don't drink that water. The water that comes out of my tap is not grimy. It just smells a little bit minerally. You know, you can smell the minerals in it, and a lot of that, what I feel like, is old pipes that are rusting. There's definitely some metal rust in here, and I noticed that if I poured water into a container or put water in a container from the faucet in the kitchen or anything, it would turn brown throughout the day, and that's because it was rusting, a lot of metal in the water. So I don't drink it. I don't use it for any kind of food. Try to use all fresh water, gallon, spring water, whatever, to handle that. So both my gray tanks are open. They flush the system and they stay open. I leave them open all the time. So that's how I flush my black tank. And I'm gonna get my dog in out of the rain because she's been hanging out here waiting on me. Although she doesn't seem to care right now, but this is not lice, it's rain.